Hey guys, it's Oluvids, and today we're doing the One Heartfelt Moment on Eraqus here in the daytime because, well, Eraqus doesn't like darkness, so here we are in the light. Uh, hmm, Maybe I should keep my distance from him. Alright, so I had you guys send in submissions for what your favorite Eraqus scenes are in the series. And starting off, we're going with one in Kingdom Hearts 3. And we got Ribbonfly and Iglis Flame YT saying the scene where Eraqus appears in Kingdom Hearts 3. So Ribbonfly says, in 3 where he pops out of Terra and Eraqus punches Xehanort in the face and Anyway, more serious would be that in 3 he realizes that the burden he placed on his pupils and his role in their suffering. Then we have Iglis YT saying, my favorite scene involving Eraqus is his return in Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end. I think it's nice how he says that it's not too late for the next generation to do great things. He also apologizes to Aqua and asks Terra to look after them, which I think is really nice. So yeah, this scene was a good one. It's a scene that really did need to happen after what happened in Birth by Sleep. We'll talk more about it later. But yeah, Eraqus kind of put a heavy burden on his students. He kind of messed up, to be honest. A lot of things in Birth by Sleep could have been avoided if he was more understanding of them, and if he wasn't so rigid in his ways. And yeah, it's good that he finally got to apologize. So he was kind of hiding within Terra the whole time, waiting for the right time to come out and talk to Xehanort and say one last thing to his students before he left. Terra is kind of like, he gave the task to Terra to like, now you gotta take care of them. You're passing on the role of not necessarily being like their teacher or anything, but like protecting them, always looking out for them. Because yeah, that is kind of who Terra is, the type of character Terra is. And with Aqua, she basically had to make her choose between her duty and her friends, and like having to watch them and having to bring them back and report back to what he was doing. You don't really put that type of situation on any friend, because then it kind of makes it so that their allegiances are kind of split up now. So that was also another burden that he put on them. And Ventus, again, we'll talk about that really soon. But yes, it was a great scene. You know, he went and left with Xehanort and kind of reconciled and was like, hey, it may be too late for us, but it's not too late for them. Alright, next we got one from Dark Road, actually. So this is when Eraqus is a lot younger, and this is when he was walking like a carpet. So 13th Nobody Productions says Eraqus used to walk like a carpet. So this is a scene, for context, Xehanort is exploring Agrabah for the first time, and they see a walking carpet around. They're just like, we're gonna try not to think about it too much. Like, we're just seeing a carpet walking around like a person. And like, okay, I don't understand what this is, but I don't know. Let's just pretend we didn't see that. Then later on, it's just like, there's Eraqus walking like a carpet, embracing himself into the world, and Xehanort is just like, what is going on, bro? Like, so that was a funny scene. That was a funny little section there. We have, this one's not necessarily a scene, but there are multiple scenes where this happens. Giancarlo Perez says, I just like the father-son thing him and Terra have going on. And yeah, and the beginning of Birth by Sleep, Eraqus actually does say that he cares for Terra like his own son, and that's why he wants to, you know, he would make him master in a second if it was just up to him, but then, you know, he's like, the rules are there, so I can't really do that, so he gave him another chance to prove that he has what it takes to become a master. And so yeah, I imagine he actually cared about all of them as a children, but I guess him and Terra have a special connection there, where he's like, yeah, this is my son right here. I guess Terra might be the oldest one there too, so he's like, yeah, this is like the firstborn, quote-unquote firstborn son and all that. So yeah, it's a pretty cool dynamic they got. And then for the last scene we got for today, we have Nocturnal Melody and we have Johnny PF2XI. So Nocturnal says, when he tries to kill Ventus and then Terra, this is the first time a Kingdom Hearts character did something so evil, and yet did it completely in the service of light, believing that they were saving the world from darkness. He wasn't possessed by some dark entity or manipulated by someone else. He was truly doing what he believed was for the greater good. And so we have Johnny here, and he says, I like when he tries to murk Ventus. So yeah, this is, I think, his defining moment. I'll be honest, this is probably my favorite scene for him, or probably the scene that really sticks out to me the most for Eraqus. This is like what defines his flaws and who he is, and the dangers of what he does, and it adds nuance to light and darkness within Kingdom Hearts. So basically, the truth comes out that if Ventus and his other half, Vanitas, battles it out, then Xehanort will be able to forge the Keyblade. So Eraqus decides, you know, I'm going to kill Ventus to stop this from happening, and preservation of the light. Not only that, even when Terra comes in, he decides to raise his Keyblade against Terra. Again, in the name of the light. He sees, oh, Terra, you have darkness in you. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to take you down. He genuinely cried too. Like, it's not like he didn't really care about Terra. he genuinely cried when he was like thinking about how he's basically gonna have to kill his son. But he was like, I'm gonna do it because, you know, light. He's all about light. Eraqus does not like any tiny bit of darkness. If he senses a tiny bit of darkness, you are failing. And I think it's really what Kingdom Hearts is kind of saying is like, it's not, darkness isn't specifically bad and light is specifically always good. Because like sometimes people can break it down. Kingdom Hearts is just like light good, darkness bad, but not necessarily. There's a bit more nuance. That it's more about what you do with it. Because, for example, you have Riku, which is the best example of someone who uses darkness, but he controls it and uses it for good. And you have Eraqus, who this is all, you know, in the name of light, and he's doing it for the greater good, and he truly believes it's the right thing to do, but then he's killing his students who didn't even actually do anything wrong. It's like the ends justify the means type thing. So it's like you can see how good intentions can become something really bad, and something that is just like, it turns to something that is very cruel and just very evil. And yeah, he wasn't manipulated, he wasn't controlled by darkness like some of the other people in the series. No, this is all him, and then he saw the flaws in his logic, and that's why he apologized to them in Kingdom Hearts 3, because he's like, you know, I kind of caused a lot of trouble because of the fact that I was so stuck and rigid in those ways. And if I saw, basically, if he saw any types of flaws in you, then he was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to kill you, I guess. And it was terrible, you know. Again, there's also a lot of memorable moments, like in his fight with the whole let the darkness die and all of that. Like, it's crazy, and that's when he starts to say, like, even my own heart was corrupted by darkness in the act of trying to service the light. And that's kind of the whole point of Eraqus' character. And what's great is that you can see it even back in Dark Road, the little beginnings of that type of thinking, and it just all boils up to this boiling point, which is him about to kill his own students, practically killing his children. But like, the ends don't always justify the means, and like, you could be having good intentions, but like, if you're doing something bad, if you're doing something very cruel, you're still doing something very cruel. Like, there's a line that has to be drawn, even if you're doing it for the greater good. Anyway, so that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you were not in this video, definitely tell me your favorite Eraqus scene. If it's something in Dark Road, or it could be Kingdom Hearts 3, or it could be Birth by Sleep. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.